event that is on here, and it's actually this Saturday, April 29th, and we're going to be doing some transcending meditation. And the transcending meditation is to help you not just be de-stressed or be in a happier state of mind and at peace, but it's to help you to actually hone in on your own meditations as you go and do it yourself. It is also to help you regain some kind of control or connection to your own spirit guidance through these meditations and to improve your psychic abilities. Okay. So that is one thing that has come across my path, is to be in the presence of guiding you to releasing trauma and karma through these transcending meditations. If you ever had a karma or trauma release with me, it's a very similar to that, but just a little bit extra, as in the boost in these transcending meditations. You'll learn how to meditate. You'll also learn how to improve your meditations as well. And so if you're just joining in with me, this is MasterShamanPaLiChee, and the flyer or the screen that you see right here is also on my Facebook events page. If you want to run over to the events page on my Facebook, you want to register. You'll want to register for this virtual live boosted meditations event this Saturday, the 29th. It's running from, I believe, 12 noon to 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you're not in Central Standard Time, then it will be a little bit lagging on your time, but that's the time that I have right here. We'll be talking about how to improve your meditations. We'll also be teaching you how to do meditations if you are new to this. So this is for all levels of meditators that are welcomed. If you're new to this, you're going to be learning how to do meditations and then how to do exercises with your mind so that you can unblock some blockages within your meditation. And that will hopefully do that for you. Now, I can't guarantee that it will do that for you, but what I've seen in the past with my experience is that once you start to do these exercises inside of your mind, you're going to start to be more intuitive as a person. And if you're not intuitive at all, or just somewhat, you'll start to have more vivid intuition, and your gut feeling, you'll start to trust it a little bit more as you do these meditations with me. All my meditations are channeled guidance meditations to help you indirectly release trauma and karma, and at the same time channeling in sound and song mantras for you as well. So that's what I'm doing for this Saturday. There will also be a Q&A, live Q&A with us that we'll be doing to, if time permits, meaning that we'll be doing like a similarly, if you have questions, I'll be channeling in responses to help you get through some of the questions or concerns that you have in regards to your own meditations. This is a live virtual event, so we will be on Zoom as well. If you have any questions, go type that down in the comments as well, and so that I can see that. Greetings to Cindy Schlingman, I believe that's her name, Schlingman. Greetings as well. Warm blessings. Type down in the chat for me, Juju Chi. I know it's not Freeing Friday, but Juju Chi basically means good luck energy. If you haven't been with me yet, or this is your first time, know that Juju Chi pretty much means warm blessings. It usually means good luck energies. Okay, good luck energies to you. Okay, so this comments or questions, type it down in the comments for me in the or in the chat, wherever you are on YouTube, Facebook. I'm going to try, because of the technical things that are going on here. Let me see what I can do here. Here we go. Warm blessings to all of you guys that are joining me live right now. This is the 25th, and we are going to be doing this virtual boosted meditation live event that was just on the screen for a little bit here. If you guys have questions in regards to meditation, let me know down in the comments. And if you want to know more about what we're going to be doing on Saturday, and that's this Saturday at 12 Central Standard Time. If you guys have ever wondered about astral, astral projections, right? Or transcending meditations, how many of you have tried astral projection or transcending meditation with a raise of thumbs? If you guys want to interact with me here. So astral projection has a lot to do with kind of leaving the body, sort of, so to speak, right? So when you're doing the meditation, you're actually leaving the body, going up into the universe, and then looking down at the universe, right? You're looking down at whatever it is that you're looking down at. So you can be looking down at Earth. If you're up here, right? You're looking down at Earth. You're looking down at whatever the situation is. You're taking a look at something, right? When you're astral projecting, and when you're astral projecting, you're actually going into the center or the central of the mind. Same thing with transcending meditation. So these two are very similar in very, very similar ways. The only difference with astral projection and transcending meditation, and I'll get to that in a bit, but I want to talk about astral projection first. So astral projection, you're projecting yourself. So if you were to close the eyes and project yourself out into the universe, then you would see everything around you, right? Or you'll start to kind of, if you have more visions, you'll start to see everything around you. Now, if you don't have visions and you're blocked through the visions of your meditation, and you have a feeling or a knowing of some sort, then you'll start to feel like you know that there's things around you, right? Certain things that are around you, or you are up above and then you're looking at things down below, type of thing. So you're positioning yourself in the astral projection as you're seeing through your own eyes, and you're looking at something, you're observing something or a place or a person, right? That's astral projection, okay? Transcending meditation is very similar to astral projection, but the difference is that you're feeling like your whole body, you're not just looking through the eyes, right? You're not just looking through this eye of yours, right? And seeing yourself in first person, but you're also seeing in different persons. So you're seeing in as first person. You're also seeing it in third person as well. You can, right? You can do that. So you can, and that's a way to do and to get used to doing with different exercises of the mind. Just to give you kind of like a gist of what we're going to be going over when we do it on Saturday, okay? So if you want to experience an astral projection / transcending meditation with me, and I usually like to call it just transcending meditation, right? Because you're definitely astral projecting already within the transcending meditation. So what you do is you're seeing yourself in first person and third person, and then also in second person as well. So if you think about writing a novel or writing a paragraph or writing something, right? Even writing like a Facebook post or a YouTube post or something like that in the community, you're writing in sometimes third person, first person, and second person. So when you're meditating, you're actually going to be in these types of persons, right? In these types of views. This is the perception that you start to have if you're perceiving in first person, second person, or third person. So there's different ways of how to perceive your meditations as well. And we're going to be talking about that as well on this Saturday. If you want to join me, there's a link down below this video, I believe, or above. You can go click that link and go and register for it. Right now, there is limited spots available. This is through Zoom, so I do have limited availability on Zoom, as in the spots that and seats there. But if you want to learn how to astral project safely, okay, I say this safely because I don't, as a master shaman, I don't recommend you doing astral projection by yourself and as an amateur, right? Because why? I often say to all of my clients and meditators that astral projection can be a little bit dangerous. Same thing with transcending meditation, depending on your intention and what you're trying to do. Because astral projection is going to lead you sort of leaving the body, or the feeling and the intention of leaving your physical body. Because your mind is now, if your mind goes somewhere, then your body is going to still be here, but your mind is somewhere, right? Just like in a dream. So it kind of gets a little bit scary in a way. If you think about dreaming and then you're trying to wake up from a dream, but you're sort of paralyzed, similar to that. But in an astral projection, it may not be that crazy, but it can become. And you're leaving body, right, as in first person, trying to see what's and observe what's going on around you. Or if you're going up and looking down, then it can be a little bit dangerous for the spirit of the soul, right? Because the spirit of the soul might get confused in that they're thinking that, oh, we're going somewhere, we're floating somewhere now, and we're not with body. So you must be able to direct that back to body. And I always say back to presence. As a little bit of insight of what we're going to be doing on Saturday, right? And transcending meditation is when you're actually going out there doing the astral projection, but at the same time doing more than just astral projection. And you are actually being guided. So I would be guiding you through this transcending meditation. And I always say when you're doing astral or transcending meditations, you also, if you're amateur to it, right? Or even some people, they can be at a certain intermediate level, can still become a little bit dangerous if you are really into your meditation, okay? Because you're going from a delta state of mind, or a like daily normal state of mind, into a deeper state of mind that can lead you to maybe falling asleep and dreaming right away, or whatever that may happen, right? Or fainting. Some people could faint, and some people actually fall asleep. And then they wake up and they're like, oh, I wasn't actually meditating. What was I doing? I was sleeping. And they actually didn't see anything too. So that could be a blockage as well. But with transcending meditation, you're going out, you're going and doing astral projection as well, but you're also doing in third person, first person, second person at times. And then you're also being led, whoever is leading the meditation, because there always is a leader during a group meditation, okay? And when you're doing a group meditation, what we'll do on Saturday, this coming Saturday, we are going to be going through and going into a journey. And in this journey, just know that when you're going on a meditation, it's just like here in the waking life, that you're going on a journey as well, but just not physically, right? You're going to be traveling somewhere. And wherever the guides take us, we'll be going. And then whatever this group, right? Whatever's fit for the group, I will be taking you on this journey, okay? And then we'll be exploring whatever it is that we need to explore. If there's a person in the group that has a certain vibration or energy and needs something, it's going to pop out. So it's very interesting when I do these group led guided meditations. At the same time, I want to also input that after this whole experience of a transcending meditation being guided by myself, you'll experience trauma release or karma release indirectly, okay? So you're going to be releasing something, and there could be something that pops up during this meditation that will kind of prompt you that this is about you. And then another person might be prompted that this is about them during the journey. So it's kind of like during the journey we pick up things that is going to release uh, one or two or three or maybe a specific person in the group. And for the whole group, it will be releasing something as well. And we just never know until we go into that meditation. But this is the guided meditation that I typically do for those that want to dive down deeper and then also gaining as you come back from this meditation and back to present moment, you're going to find out that you had received some kind of a spiritual gift. And I always lead to, well, I'll say that I and my spirit team, we always lead you guys to receiving something benevolently special. Okay. And that is the special part of my meditations that I do with people. And those of you that have done meditations with me, guided meditations on a normal basis or maybe on a one-on-one basis, right, or in a group setting, you will know that it means more than just closing eyes, taking a deep breath or breaths, and then trying to see what we see. Because we get to be led on a journey by the spirit team, right? So if you have spirit guides, if you are one that has been maybe in your spiritual journey or even shamanic journey, and it doesn't seem like you're really seeing a lot of visions, it doesn't feel like you know a lot about what's going on, this is the session that you'll want to come register for because it's going to take you deeper into exercising your mindset and your consciousness as well. It will also help you at a certain level. I can't guarantee this for everybody, but I always will know that just know that it's going to release at a certain level for each person in the group trauma and karma that you've had. And at the end, we're going to do an intuitive Q&A that is going to lead to sort of like a psychic gallery reading that I'll do for you, for the group, that tells you what the meditation led to and why it did. What kind of spiritual gift did you receive, right? That's going to help you along the way on your spiritual or shamanic journey if you haven't had this experience before, right? And if you had, well, then great. You can get another experience, but with me, if you've never had one with me as well. And we're going to talk about at the end some Q&A questions, whatever questions that you have about the meditation. And then questions if you have about your spirit guides or if you met something along the way and it was puzzling to you, then we're going to visit that as well in the Q&A session. Intuitive Q&A session, in fact. All right. Juju Chi to all of you, Lilia Yang, Sylvester Hyung, and Cindy. And then whoever else is on, comment, Juju Chi, comment with hearts and stars. I'm loving the hearts and stars as well, and the thumbs up. If you guys know anybody that has been trying to meditate, and they have been blocked from the meditations, or they feel like this kind of scary feeling when they meditate, I know how you guys feel, okay? And they feel like something's in the back of them and watching them. I know how you feel as well. In the meditation event that I'm going to be doing on Saturday, we are visiting this type of feeling as well. So if you've ever felt this way, just know that when you are led by a leader of meditation, then you are being protected as well during the meditation, the group meditation, okay? So when I'm leading my group through meditations, I'm enforcing a protection around this group. I'm enforcing with my spirit team some kind of a shielded protection so that nothing interferes with our meditation and that you are in a safe place and that you're feeling safe as well and that you are feeling confident in your meditation. Because I know that confidence, trusting in the self, not feeling much doubt, not trying to not feel so much fear or fearful during your meditation is so solely important, because if you feel this way, you're not going to be able to meditate much at all. And so, Lilia has a question. She's saying, let's see here, how do we block it out and how to protect ourselves? So, Lilia, we're going to be talking about that this Saturday if you want to join and register for the event. Okay. So, there's ways on how you can do that, and there's ways on how to protect yourself. And through so much long time of meditation, she also says that that is exactly how I feel. How do we block that? So that is exactly what I'm talking about today, that we're going to be going through all this in the meditation event so that you can get a boosted meditation and also learn how to transcend in your meditation. And like I said, it's astral projecting at the same time you're transcending through my meditations, okay? We're going to go through that, and you also will receive spiritual gifts. I can't say that everyone in the group is going to receive spiritual gifts, but most people will receive a spiritual gift, okay? As I take you through different dimensions or wherever my spirit guides are going to lead us on that day, and the group of what's correct for the group, okay? So we're gonna do that as well, and just kind of revisiting. If you guys are just jumping on with me right now, we're gonna revisit this here, learning to improve your meditations, transcending with spirit guidance activation. So when my spirit guides guide us through this group meditation, your spirit guides, if you have some, if you know that you do, right? Everybody sort of has spirit guidance, right? And if you know that you have spirit guides, then you know that these your spirit guides will also be activated, okay? They will be activated as well. And to say that, you know, channeled guidance, our meditation is through a channeled guidance. So everything is channeled and is led by spirit. Um, Even we will be doing some healing sound, song, and mantra within this meditation as well, or after the meditation, depending on how it goes. Sometimes it's during the meditations, and then sometimes it's after the meditation. But this is going to heal you through the sound, song, and mantra for you to be able to visualize your meditation more vividly in that hopes, right? Not guaranteeing that, but this is the hopes that it will help you do. And through the healing sound, song, and mantra, to release whatever trauma or karma that you've even had with specifically meditating. Maybe you've had some kind of trauma with meditation, that maybe it freaked you out, or you meditated and then you got sleepy and you couldn't meditate, or it was getting boring for you because you couldn't see much. So this is what the goal is for this Saturday's event, is to help boost you with your meditations, to bring you from um, not so well in meditation, or not so clear in your meditations, or being blocked in your meditations, to feeling more confident, to feeling more safe in your during your meditations alone, to feeling how it would feel when you're meditating with a guided meditator, right? Somebody that is going to lead you through the meditation, and then also intuitive Q&A sessions at the end, where we'll do a psychic gallery reading on what kind of happened to you during this meditation that we'll do on Saturday, and then the whole healing and how the feeling was, reflecting on your own meditation, reflecting on yourself and what you released during the meditation, and just feeling free, right? Just allowing yourself to be free. This event is a virtual live event. It's going to be through Zoom, and it is for all levels of meditators, okay? And so I don't want you to feel as though you are alone in meditating. I don't also want you to feel as though when you meditate, then you're going to fall asleep, or when you meditate, you can't see anything. It's just pitch black. We're going to work on two things two exercises at least, that is going to help you with deciphering, actually maybe three exercises on deciphering what is what in your meditation, okay? Or how to, you're going to learn how to meditate and meditate without doubt, without fear, and get you through that in the 2.5 hours that we'll do on this Saturday. So, for those of you that are interested and this hits you to the point where you want to gradually, right, move yourself up in your meditations, because why? Meditations are the key. If you want to grow in any way, shape, or form as a rising shaman, whether you're a Hmong shaman or any type of shaman, as a seer, as a psychic medium, or even as a psychic, right? You're just being intuitive. You just want to do readings, right? I always recommend that you do meditation, but do it with a boost. If you have a guiding leader, then go for it. I never had that chance, but I guess I never really needed it. When I started meditation, I didn't even know the word meditation. Actually, I didn't even know what I was doing. As in, I didn't even know that it was meditation. But I did know I was in the meditation. I was honing in on my meditations because I was guided by my spirit guides. They guided my heart for the urgency to go and just sit in front of my altar and meditate, to stand in front of my altar for a couple hours and just meditate. I had no clue the word meditation, and I was never taught how to meditate. But here you have the chance to sit with me or stand or lay down, whatever you're comfortable with, right? To get a boosted meditation so that you can hone in on your spiritual gifts. I'm here to help you to hone in on your spiritual gifts because I'm spiritually led to lead you guys to become more gifted or to use your gifts in the wise way, in a wise way, to get wisdom so that you can know how to use your gifts more correctly so that you don't go the wrong route, right? Because some people will do this. If they can't hone in on their gifts or they have no clue what their gifts are, they're going to be jealous of other people's gifts. They're going to want other people's gifts, and then they're going to be so ignorant of their own gifts, and they won't be able, they're going to cause karma, and they will not be able to get to their gifts as easily. If you are one of those persons that you've been jealous of someone else's gifts, if you've been like, oh, I want to do that, but how come I can't? If you're a person that you've been like trying to do your shaman journey and you just don't know what the heck's going on, but you can shake, you can't really sing or talk, and or you can't see visions and you just have like this knowing. And you're just kind of like seeing other people and they're getting along on their journey, you know, and you're, or maybe you're a psychic medium, you're just not really trusting in your insights, trusting and being able to perceive what you're seeing as a psychic medium or a psychic or an intuitive or a seer, whatever that may be, that you're getting to your gifts, then you're going to want to get the boosted transcending meditation because that's going to boost you in a way, shape, or form that's going to lead you to your spiritual journey or shamanic journey or psychic journey or even chi energy healing journey as a more boosted gift, right, there for you and ready for you to be able to hone in on, as long as you can also be in the right mindset, okay? So if people, and I just really, I'll say this, as I'm looking out there and I'm in some of the shaman groups, it's just really difficult to look at when you see different posts about people stealing other people's gifts. The thing is that no one can steal another person's gift. No, they can't. It just doesn't happen like that. Okay? So you have no worries if you guys are scared that someone's going to steal your gifts. It doesn't happen like that. The only thing they steal, if they are that person, right, if they stoop that low, and they can't get to their gifts, so then they use either negative gifts, so that's like black magic, or they start to say that they're going to steal somebody's gifts, like they have that intention, it's negative, or they do something else, negative rituals, right? And they think that they stole someone's gifts. Ooh, right? Sneaky and malicious at the same time. But really, what they're doing is, in fact, and I'll give you guys this secret, is that what they're doing is they're saying they're willing to accept negative gifts. And what the negative gifts do is they come and they plop right in to that person and say, okay, so you wanted to get a gift. And you have this maliciousness inside of you. You have greed, you have jealousy, envy inside of you so bad that we're just going to give you the gift, and then we're going to make it seem like you have this other person's gift. How do I know this? Because I've done readings with people over and over again that has done that to someone else. And I advise them, why do you do this? Why are you doing this? And then on the reverse side, I also do readings and healings for people that has thought that their gifts got stolen, because one thought affects everything. So if you're into your thoughts and you're into trying to manifest, you're going to want to do the transcending meditations on the boosted level with me, okay? So that's what I offer, because every time we do it with pure intention, because you have to get to the pure thoughts in order for you to see the truth, right? The true thoughts, or the pure thoughts, right? I've done readings for people that they felt or thought that their gifts got stolen from someone else. And they really thought this. And I said, one thing, the very first thing that needs to come into your mind is that person is not that powerful. That's number one. Number two is no one can steal my gifts. And then number three is my gifts are with me. They always will be. I was born with them. I have them. They're with me. And some gifts you are not born with, but you get to acquire, okay? You get to acquire these gifts as you go along in your life path. So as you go along in your life path, you're acquiring this gift and that gift, or that gift maybe have been dormant, and then it pops up one day, right? And what you want to do is get your boosted meditation. If you have been trying meditation on your own and it hasn't been really on the boosted level, meaning you can't see vivid visions, and maybe your psychic ability isn't there yet where you can see, your psychic ability isn't there yet where you can know, or maybe you're just hearing things but don't really know what the heck it is, like you can't tell or you can't decipher. Well, you're going to want to jump on and register with me, especially if you're a rising shaman and you have been having little to no help from your, teacher. I don't want to call out anybody's names or say something that is not something, because I don't want to bag on anybody. Everybody has their own ways of teaching, and if they teach, I respect that. I respect everybody's own ways of teaching. But this is for you to get the extra boost. I don't care if you have a sifu or a non-sifu, right? Or if you're doing this all by yourself, because I'm here to teach the masses. Whether you're Hmong or non-Hmong, it doesn't matter to me, right? Because what needs to happen is that our human race start to act and know your values. You guys have lost, right? So many vast people have lost their values in themselves, that when they start to become spiritual, it's like they have to learn it all over again, or else they won't become spiritual truly. And they have to understand that values are important. if you were arguing with someone in a certain way and you were saying something in a certain way, and maybe it was just all miscommunication, understand that you're going to be hitting some kind of karma, right? Instead, I recommend that you clarify the situation instead of get angry first and then kind of go from there and talk it out, right? Reason with something with the other person. It's hard when the person doesn't want to reason because they have something stuck in their brain. They have this thought stuck in their brain that this was like this, so I'm going to be like this. And if this is something that's you, right? If this describes you, you don't, and you're afraid and you're ashamed to come out about yourself, then go join in on the transcending meditation because this is also going to help you, right? The transcending meditation, the price is out there. When you register, you pay automatically. So if you are needing some kind of a help in your meditations, in trauma or karma, right? Intergenerational trauma is one of the biggest things that has been hurting us in our roots. And if we don't find ways to release that, you're going to be it, right? You're going to be it. You're going to be practicing it. You're going to be practicing this intergenerational trauma with your children, with other people, with people that your friends, right? Your family. You're going to be practicing this. It's going to be you if you don't release it. So my recommendation for you is that you need to go and find ways to help you. And if you're thinking, oh, it's this much money. Oh, it's that much money. Oh, it's costing a lot. And some people, I even saw it somewhere on a post. You know, this is about you. And money is energy. If you don't know that yet, money is energy. And someone who's poor-minded is going to be, well, it's this much. It's going to cost this much. I think I'm going to save up and not do it. Instead, I'm going to just try to do this on my own. And that's totally fine. I'm not bagging on anybody because I do that too. Did. And I'll save up this money because it's too expensive. I can't afford it. I'd rather save it for something else while I try to do it on my own. And it's not going to work unless spirit guides you. Then you can do it on your own. And that's great for those of you that has that already and can trust it and can feel confident about it. Then I'm all, 100% with you. But this is for the people, which is the mass majority, that is going to have a hard time meditating because of intergenerational trauma or your own trauma, past life trauma, or trauma here in the present time that has caused karma, or karma in the past that has caused trauma, and vice versa. And you're never going to get away from it until you are able to have an outlet for it and to put it in your mind that you can release it. Again, just know that no one can steal your gifts. If someone said they did, or maybe if you felt they did or tried, that was an attempt, but it was also a negative type of entity that they are actually practicing in the meantime. So never fear that, right? So I want to encourage all of you guys to feel that you will be safe, right? I've always gotten that. Even though I didn't state it, someone stated to me, right? And this was during a group meditation a while back. And she said, MasterPaLiChee, I feel very safe in your presence. And it feels like I'm in a place where I can go anywhere and do anything. And there's not going to be something to harm me. So I've been told that before. I've also been told, and if the person is watching, they can come out and chime in. But I've also been told at a exposition workshop, I did a workshop and there was about, I think there was like 30 to 50 people in the room. And a person comes up to me, a man actually, and he comes up to me, and this Caucasian man, and he comes up to me and says, Master PaLiChee, as you were doing your singing, your healing song, I really felt a rush of energy that came through me. And I don't know what it is, but I'm starting to have these visions, and they seem so clear and they seem so vivid. And I said, wow, really? I didn't know I did that. And then he says, oh, well, you did. And it was only like 5 minutes. And I said, okay, well, thank you for letting me know. And thank you for, acknowledging this. Because when you acknowledge things, the universe knows. And when you don't give credit, the universe also knows. So whatever it is that has come to you spiritually, and no one can see this, or behind closed doors, right? Just acknowledge it, and acknowledge it publicly, if you will, or let the person know that this is who you are, that you are willing to acknowledge that you got this from some place and not trying to steal it. Or maybe you didn't have that intention, but you forgot. Well, then when you remember, then do it. Because that is only paying it forward, right? That is only paying it forward. So, Lilia Yang says, do we each have our own different gifts? Yes, we do have our own different gifts. Some people's gifts are very similar to others. And then some are very, very far apart, very different from one another, okay? Sylvester Xiong says, are we going to be able to watch this live later? So this live, yes, you'll be able to watch it later. I won't delete it off. Definitely you'll be able to watch it later. Lilia says, sister, you need to do a reading for me. I've been looking for you for the past year. Lilia, come and join and register. Register for the boosted meditation event. I encourage you to do that, okay? She also says you are speaking right to my heart. Wow, I didn't know I was doing that. But I'm speaking from my heart to all of you guys today and encouraging you that I rarely throw out an event like this. So it is like a one-off event. And I had the urge, actually, my spirit guides leading me up to the point where I have to put this event out. There's too many posts out there about not being able to meditate, or there's too many incorrectness that I can see in different shaman groups, right? Hmong shaman groups even, right? Or even other ones, right, that are not Hmong, non-Hmong. And I just feel like there's so much toxicness in the communities. There's so much toxicness, even when some people are rising shamans. And usually it's the ones that are barely rising, that are quiet. And then it's those ones that they think that they've got it. But when I take a look at that, I just feel for them. And I just feel like instead of saying that you've got this and you've got that, or that you know this and you know that, then the best way to do it is to show what you've got, right? Why say you know this and why say you know that when you can, if you have the gifts, then show what you've got. And that's what I've been doing since 2011 on Facebook and on YouTube. I think I was before 2011. If you look back on my Facebook, it was way back. But I want to tell you guys that this is an event that you don't want to miss, okay? And the bigger the group, the better, but it is limited to seating because it's on Zoom. So Give me a juju chi, all of you. And I wanted to come out here, talk about astral projection, talk about transcending meditation, and we will dive deeper down into what these two things really are, what they really mean for us, because they are. People say, well, when I meditate, I'm just trying to find peace, right? I'm just trying to find, de stress myself. I'm just trying to find my own happiness. I'm just trying to self reflect. Self reflecting type of meditation is different from a astral projection or a transcending meditation. It is also different from a, how do I say, trauma release meditation for those of you that has done it with me before, right? So for those of you that don't know, I do spiritual life coaching. I use my spiritual gifts and healing modalities, various different modalities to work with those ones that need my help. And if you don't need my help, then you can stand aside, right? If you're just going to troll me, if you're just going to talk bad about me, then stand aside. And I'll say that directly, that those that has talked negatively about me, and there's only like maybe like two or three, or maybe one, right? One and then two and three that has talked about me negatively, and then other ones that has envied me and that has also talked about me indirectly, they have done what I do. They are doing what I am doing now, right? They are following my footsteps to what I'm doing and what I've done since 2011 publicly. So, never talk about other people and what they're doing if it's different from the crowd, right? Because I have a saying on my MasterShamanPaLiChee Healing page. I have a MasterShamanPaLiChee Healing business page, but I had to put that to the side for later and start MasterShamanPaLiChee in I think it was 2021, early 2021, or was it 2020? And I had to call out who I was because people didn't understand what MasterShamanPaLiChee Healing meant. So then I went to do MasterPaLiChee, and then that's where everybody started to know what it was all about. And I got good reviews on my page, right? Sometimes I get spam reviews, if you guys can see that. I don't mind because it does help me on analytics. But I also have gotten a really negative review that I will be doing a video on about the worst client that I had. So be on the watch for that. Because pure hearts are not afraid to talk out, right? I'm very humble as a person. I don't typically call out people because I am passive, and I am mindful for that as a positive way, right? I am mindful of them. And the people that keep saying that they will steal this and steal that and they have malicious intent and they show it, and they show it in the reviews. But when it comes to the proof, when it comes to the ordeal, you got to show what you have. And that's going to be the results, right? So if you have not gotten results on anything that has been, that you've gone to, right? Maybe some of the results, right? And when I say results, it could be a little, it could be a lot, but you do know that it comes with what your mindset is at the time as well. You can't blame it on anybody about your results, right? Because it's your mindset as well that is going to get you to the results along with whoever's helping you. And sometimes it's whoever's helping you maybe isn't helping you. So then you have to go help yourself and find something that will help you. Could be that as well. There's many mentors, many books to read, many YouTube videos out there, whatever it is, resources out there. But it's going to come back to this one person that helped me see from the very beginning. It's going to come back to this was the person that I'm going to acknowledge, because even though they didn't teach me the whole way through, if I needed it or not, this is the one person that got me up and running. This is the one person that got me going, right? And what I'm here for and why I exist with my spirit team and Fatih Huatain Duyer right? My spirit team is to help lead you guys or guide you guys to a way where you can, and I just told this to one of my disciples today, is that to lead you into the direction so that you don't have to keep releasing trauma and karma as you are in your shaman journey, even if you got the onenglo, right? So that you can actually be released of that first. And I've been preaching this all this time since 2011. So if you haven't heard it from me and you heard it from someone else, well, guess what? You can put that puzzle together, right? But this is the direction we need to go if we want our human race to be at a higher level than what it is today and what it has been. We need to get out of our minds malicious intent, jealousy, envy, and that you can steal other people's gifts, or that you, I can't even think of those negative things, right? Because it's not in my world. But when it does enter into my world and on my path, it's saying, MasterPaLiChee, you've got to deal with this because we got to stop this. And that's what I'm here for, is to help guide you along the way of your spiritual journey, whether you have a master, teacher, or guru. It doesn't matter to me, because I'm not about you saying, oh, it's me, that's your sifu, or teacher, or guru. I don't care, is what I'm saying. But I just want you to get to the right path because I'm here for humanity. And yes, I will charge because my time is that valuable. And if people cannot respect that, then you can go on and do things the free way, right? The freeway is the freeway. And some people, oh yes, I wanted to mention this before I go today. Yes, I wanted to talk about astral projection, transcending meditation, but it led to this because of some of the groups that I'm in, and I saw this pop up on my feed. I don't typically go on Facebook often per day, but I go to post and I go to check out what people are saying because I have to be kind of up on it, right? If I want to be out there helping you guys. Current affairs, right? I don't like current affairs. It's so boggling to me. But I did see that someone had mentioned free or paid healing or services are the same. When I saw that, I was like, okay, free or paid services can work the same. And I said, okay, there's two sides to this. If it's free, let's say, for example, if the person has no money or they're just, their finances are not quite there and they're going through hardships and stuff like that. And I don't know about anybody else, but I do a free session for this person, or they're on Social Security or whatever, and they can't afford the session that I'm calling out because my guides approve of me of calling it that certain price. I typically don't go above or below. I try to go as to the line as I can so that karma wise, we can do what we can, right? We can do the work and the results can come out as what you would like, right? As a client. So if the situation is there, I can do a free session for that person and it will be the same as the paid session. But when I read this from the post on the shaman group, I said to myself, what he's actually referring to is not correct. Because sometimes when you do something free, people in general, right, they might not be doing it the same as if they were paid, as in their heart won't do it the same. So if you think about it, You're giving something for free. Well, it could be that it's a sample, right? If you look at everything in the whole world, like society wise, it's a sample. So, do you think that if you paid for something like that, you would get the same size sample? No, it's going to be the full pack. So, because we live in the society that we do and we work with currencies that we do, that's probably the most valuable thing right now to people, if you think about it, other than love, is money. So, when the guides go up and they converse and they consult, they say, well, money, and I have a video out there on YouTube talking about this, but money is the most valuable thing to people, or they think that it is anyways. So if these humans think that money is the most valuable thing, well, then that's what it's going to be, the most valuable thing when we do healings. We're going to call for it because this is the future. The future is this. Though I don't like to do that, that is the most valuable thing to that client. And if that client can show that they can give it up and sacrifice it as a monetary sacrifice, because that's what I call it, it's a monetary sacrifice for what you are desiring to get. And when this person said free is the same as paid for the services, I said, hold on. Not all the time, especially not most of the time, right? You're going to get the sample size for the free, and then you're going to get the full pack for the paid. That's just the truth of it. We can try to be humble and say, no, 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 that's not what it is. But really, if people were like they were in the olden days, then I would say yes. But people has lost their moral values and character for most people. They've also lost kindness, compassion, and love. And I specifically charge because my time is valuable. And I want people to see that my time is valuable. The more I charge, the more I'm saying my time is valuable. And what I can do within that time is valuable. So everybody else that used to talk about this and had been, well, they had to repost. They had to erase their posts about me, right? They had to, come up with something else. And guess what? They talk about this, and I'll talk about this in a different video on YouTube, and it's coming out very soon. And maybe we'll wait for that time, right? Because today I want you guys to understand that astral projection and transcending meditation is important to go above and beyond just meditating, okay? And that is, for some people, it's going to take a while to kind of get to that extra, boost, meaning that you can see more vividly, you're not falling asleep, you're not feeling scared when you meditate. You can have a better knowing, you can have a better deciphering, you can perceive your visions better. There's all these things that can be better through the boosted meditations. So I want to encourage you guys to go on over to the link that is in this post and go register for the event. And this is unusual, so I don't usually throw out these types of events, but it's going to have lots in it that I know that you guys will need, right? And again, this is for your own well-being. This is for your own spiritual journey. It's for no one else. So you make the call on how valuable you are. What is your worth? Okay? And for those of you that don't know me, I'm a spiritual life coach. I coach people spiritually on their spiritual journey. I coach people spiritually through their life, right? Because your life is your spiritual journey. In fact, actually, if you think about it. And I coach people to get there, to get to where they need to be in this phase of life, right? Without the coach, you can do all this yourself. Anybody could do this themselves. But you always want the coach because you couldn't do it yourself. And you're willing to admit to that. That's why. Or you didn't see something a certain way when you see it with your coach. Okay? So spiritual coach, life coach, I'm also a psychic medium and a shaman by nature, right? At the age of 2. If you've watched my video before on YouTube. And I'm also a chi energy healer, doing energy healing for people to open up Kundalini. And we'll do some of that during the transcending meditation on this Saturday. So I never really spill out all the values. It's so hard to do that. But you just have to be willing to trust and put faith in what you're going into when you go in it with me. Okay? Warm blessings to all of you guys. Yeah, says, I agree 100. 100, like this other client had talked about. I think his name was Derry Combe. And then Teresa, Juju, Chi, warm blessings to all of you guys, okay? Warm blessings to all of you guys. And if you had more questions after this video, we'll go on over and register. I can't encourage you guys enough. But I know that you guys will be benefiting a ton from it, okay? And if you don't, then please let me know because I want to know how to improve that as well, all right? Warm blessings. I hope you guys got even good benefits from this free live that we just did. And some of you will go back to listen to what I said, and I hope that that will register, all right? Warm blessings from Master Shaman PaLiChee, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.